Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargame Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos and what they're all about? Well, in a Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I'll show you guys how to build it. If there's any areas of concern, as in things are numbered differently from the sprue to the instructions, I'll let you guys know. If there's anything like chains and pipes and things you have to be very careful with, again, I'll let you know. If there's part of the model piece that you need, but there's a weird bit hanging off of the model that has to stay, again, it's a visual way to help you and show you keep this piece. If you suffer with dyslexia or struggle with instruction in general, again, this is a visual way to help you. If you're interested in models for a particular army that you have or that you're thinking about getting, but you're not sure, this is a visual way to help you. So for all my regulars here, guys, I very love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail that I'm building a Space Marine Jump Captain, the new model. Now this is one of the Christmas goodies that came in for me. It came in the same day I did the scout video, so I was like, I can't really do it, then I had to wait. But luckily, because this is a 10th edition model, I have the stat lines for him. So let's go over his stat line quickly. He has a 12-inch movement, toughness 4, 3+ armor save, 5 wounds, which is nice, 6+ leadership, and OC 1. Now I'd imagine he has deep strike as well, to be honest with you, his rules, and he's a captain, so he has the captain rules. I'd imagine they're not on here. So, but anyway, his weapons, he has a choice of 3 different ranged weapons. So the first one is a bolt pistol, or I think it's a bolt pistol, so bolt weapon of some description, but it's probably is a bolt pistol. It looks a bit too big to be a bolt pistol, but it could be a heavy bolt pistol. 18-inch range, 1 shot, 2s to hit, strength 4, AP -1, and 1 damage a shot. It's not too bad. Second one is a hand flamer by the looks of it. Ignores cover, pistol, and it's torrent. For those who don't know, torrent means it also hits. 12-inch range, D6 shots, also hitting, strength 3, AP 0, 1 damage apiece. Okay, and the third option he has, I thought it was a Neo Vicry pistol, but it's not. It looks like a plasma pistol because there's 2 different profiles. So I'd imagine it's a plasma pistol. First one is pistol, 12-inch range, 1 shot, 2s to hit, strength 7, AP -2, and 1 damage apiece. And then the full power makes it hazardous. That's why I think it's a plasma pistol. It's a pistol anyway. Those who don't know what the hazardous rule means, if I fired out on full strength, he only has 1 shot. But when I've resolved that shot, I then have to roll dice in anything but a 1. If I roll 1, he takes a more wound. It's 2 for him to hit with that. Strength 8, -3 AP, and 2 damage apiece. So that's quite tasty. That could kill a Space Marine in one go. Now he has a choice of 3 different close combat weapons. First is a chainsword, which is 7 attacks, 2s to hit, strength 4, -1 AP, and 1 damage apiece, which is quite nice. The second one is a power sword with 6 attacks, 2s to hit, strength 5, -2 AP, and 2 damage apiece. So essentially he could kill 6 Space Marines with that one weapon. And the last one is the power fist, which is always my favourite on a sergeant. 5 attacks, 2s to hit, strength 8, AP -2, and 2 damage apiece. So again, he could kill 5 Space Marines with that one weapon, which is always my favourite. So that's that. So for everyone that's new to the channel, before we start getting into everything, tools needed as always. Mould line scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just let everyone in the house know you're using it. Sharp tool, so nobody scares you by accident, no cats jump up on you, no little hands wandering around. Clippers, most useful part of our kit. I do have sanding sponge. I have sanding sponge and sanding block. The difference is the block is not as rigid. This is more flexible, and the block is more rigid. This is more flexible. You can actually just get this into chains and pipes and stuff like that. This is very handy when you're doing something small and fiddly, like the last Let's Build where I did Express, the Drakari character, or if you're doing chains and pipes, or even when you finish building a model and you go, oh, I've missed that mould line there. This is very handy to come and do that. You'll find it in a hardware shop, somewhere in the sandpaper or the wallpaper, somewhere in between, somewhere in the general vicinity. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. Now what we do now, guys, so everyone that's new, we have a look at the sprue. Before we even start clipping stuff off and looking at stuff, we have a look at the sprue to ascertain what's what, to make it easier for ourselves when we come to build it. So obviously that's a cloak, there's his jump pack, shoulder pauldrons, there's a head, there's two different heads there, so that's nice. Front of the body, back of the body, there's the power sword, there's the hand flamer, there's the plasma pistol, there's the, I presume it's a heavy bolt pistol. We've got a leg, we've got a foot, we've got part of the power fist there, we've got part of the jump pack, there's another piece, we've got a leg onto a nice little bit of terrain feature there, we've got two shin guards for his body, and we've got the chain sword arm. So I'm very excited about building this guy, but I didn't expect to have that many pieces in the sprue, so it's a bit of a surprise to me. But anyway, I'm going to finish getting set up and I'm going to come back to you then for the first piece. So the first pieces that we need are number 3 and number 4. So I'm going to snip those off, clean those down and show you how they go together. Now be careful because there is these little bits that need to stay. Right, there's actually a little pin in there and there's a little hole there. And as true fashion, it just slots on like so. Okay. Now there was a dirty mould line along this bit here, which I just sandpaper was perfect to come on because I didn't trust how springy that was. So the next pieces that we need is actually number 11, which is his leg on the rock, and number 12, which is this piece here. So I'm going to snip them, clean them, I'll show you how they go together. Right, so there is actually 2 pinholes in there, or 2 pins shall I say, and there's 2 holes in there, and that will literally just sew the front like that. Nice and easy. Now be careful of this bad boy. The dorsal fin on the side of it has to stay. There was another horrible mould line. I've got most of it, but again, once it's all glued and it's complete plastic, I'll give it a gentle sponge down. Now, this piece, okay, you'll see this little hole there. It's a little pin that just goes in there like so. So I'm going to glue that into place. I have to hold it for a few minutes, but I'm going to glue it into place and I'll come back to you with the next piece in. Right, so the next piece that's needed is number 13, which is his other foot. So guys, I'm experimenting with a new light here, and it's just it's a very nice bright light, focused light, but it's just trying to get the lighting correct. So if I bring it too close, it just makes it really bad. But anyway, number 13 is other foot. So I'm going to snip it, clean it, I'll show you how it goes on. And so basically, just in there, where you can see where the glue is, there's a pin, there's a hole, sorry, and there's a very faint pin on the leg there. So that just slides rapidly in there, like so. Yeah. Now the front part now, see the 2 pins on there? The other one of those goes on the front of that. I'm going to leave it for a few minutes to dry, and I'll come back and I'll show you that part. Right, the next piece we need is number 14, which is the other shin. Again, be careful of that little side piece there, that has to stay. Right, again, it goes on the same way, 2 holes in the shin there. But this piece is very clever because as it goes on, it connects those 2 pieces properly. So there's not just the foot joining into the leg, it's actually the shin going over the top of it, which is nice. Is he freestone? No, it's not. Right, so the next piece we need is to decide well what firearm he's going to have. So you can have I presume it's a heavy bolt pistol, hand flamer, or the plasma pistol. I'm going to give him the plasma pistol. because I just love plasma weapons. So I'm going to snip that, clean it down, and show you how it goes on. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just give you a look anyway. Right, so I put a bit of plastic glue there. It goes on flat surface onto a flat surface. It's supposed to be that way around. I think it's supposed to be that way around, yeah. So here's his arm like that. So I'm going to leave it for a few minutes to dry. So you can check that's right actually. Box. Have a look at the box. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, leave it to dry for a few minutes, then come back to the next piece. Now the next bit we need is number 15, which is this shoulder pauldron here. So I'm going to snip it off, clean it down, show you how it goes on. Well, it goes on top of that arm there. Okay, let's go straight over the top, the shoulder there. Right, so if you had chose the heavy bolt pistol or the hand flamer, they go on the same way, shoulder pauldron over the top. Now it's time for the other arm. So we need to go with either power sword, which is number 21, number 20, which is chainsword. Again, both of those weapons go on the same way on the other side. I'm going to go with the power fist because I always think power fists on my sergeant are just the way forward. So I need number 24, which is this one here, number 22, which is this amazing piece here, and number 23, which is this amazing piece here. So I'm going to snip those three off, clean them down. I'm going to show you how they go together. So this number 24 is the very fiddly part. Basically sits in like so. Okay, so you end up with like that. Yeah, you can see there's two pins there on the actual fist itself. There's two holes there on this one. It just slots over the top, so onto there. So I'm going to glue that into place, and I'm going to then glue the arm onto this side, and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is number 10, which is this bad boy here. So I'm going to snip it, clean it. I'll show you how it goes on there. Be careful, there's little tassel bits hanging off the bottom of it. Right, so there's a pin on the bottom of that. And there's a little hole just up in there. So that should pin just in there, like so. Fantastic. Right, so the next piece we need is number 19, which is the other shoulder pauldron that goes on the other arm, the melee weapon arm. I've got a power fist that goes on there. I'm going to snip it, clean it, glue it on. Don't need to show you because it's very straightforward. So the next bit needed is number 25, which is this cloak. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Bear in mind there is a purity seal at the bottom here that we need to keep hold of. There is all these bits hanging off the side here as well. There's two little round bits at the top of the cloak there. So if I can show you to point out to you. Okay, that needs to stay. So you need to clip it just above that on either side. I'm going to snip it, clean it, and I'll show you how it goes on. Right, so on the back of this guy, there's a hole just up here, and there's a hole just in there. So this cloak connects in there, and then that piece connects in there, like so. So I'm going to actually chuck a bit of glue on this piece here because that connects to the body as well. So I'm going to glue that on and then come back to you for the next piece. And so the next pieces we need are number 8, which is this lovely piece here, number 7, which is this lovely piece here, and number 9. I'm going to snip all three of those off, clean them down, and I'll show you how they go together. Right, so we take number 7, which is this piece, I put glue in there, as you can see. There is actually 2 holes and there's 2 pins. The glue stops shining. That slots straight in there, like so. Of course, it doesn't want to go on. There we go. And then this piece, if I can pick it up, come on. Number 8 goes in the top here, like so. So now we have an amazing part of the jetpack. The next 2 pieces we need, let's put the jetpack around that way, is number 5 and number 6. And number 5 goes this side, number 6 goes that side. So I'm going to snip them, clean them, put them on the right sides. I'm going to show you how to put one on, and the other one goes on exactly the same. Okay. So there's this piece. There's a little gap there, as you can see. Yeah. The camera decides to focus. And at the bottom here, there's a little flat piece. That flat piece slots in there. You might have to put it on. Just twist it until it goes into place. Okay, so the other side goes in exactly the same. There's exactly the same little gap there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that on, and then come back for the next piece. And the backpack, you see that funny little shape. It's the same funny little shape. It just slots on the back there, like so. So I'm going to glue it into place, and then we'll come back to the last piece. Right, so the last piece is the head. So it's number 1 or number 2. That's number 2 there, the unhelmeted. And there's number 1 helmeted. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't matter which one you use, but for me, when it comes to skin, I do want to work on skin. But at the same time saying it, I do want to work on Space Marine Captain helmets and stuff like that, being a white helmet, and work on my skills with that. So I'm going to go with the helmeted version. Am I going to go with the helmeted version? He's got a little crest ring around his head as well. No, I'm going to go with the skin one. I want to work on some skin, and he's got a bionic eye as well, so that's going to be, and he has hair, so that's going to be a real challenge to paint. So I'm going to go with number 2, and that just goes in the front here. Okay, I've glued into the base, by the way, so just to make it a bit easier, but I'm going to glue the head in, and then come back to you for final thoughts. Right, so he is done. Now, what do I think about this guy, this model? I absolutely love it. I absolutely think it's absolutely fantastic. This is one of those models that you see on the screen, you see on Games Workshop image, and this is what's coming out of everything else, and it looks fantastic. But when you actually see it in person, and you have it in your hand, and you're putting it together, it is, the pictures they put online by it don't do it justice. This is probably one of my favourite Space Marine sculpts so far, in a good long while. I mean, I did enjoy the Lion. I thought it was absolutely a fantastic build. But this guy, nothing else actually jumps out to me as being such an amazing build and a joy to build. The Lion, this guy. I can't think of any other Space Marines that really jump out to me as being absolutely fantastic build and an amazing model just to look at, and just, this is wow. I really like this model. This is such an amazing model. So guys, I'm going to show you some pictures afterwards. If you have any comments or thoughts about this model, chuck them below as always. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel grow in a massive way. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. And sorry about the bloody light. I was trying to figure out which way it goes and how to work it, but I will hopefully have that figured out soon. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so triggers YouTube share this video with more and more people, and makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm bringing down showing some pretty pictures. Difficulty rating for this model, sorry, I would probably give him a difficulty rating of, I'd probably say 2 2.5. The only 2 negative things I say about this model. 1, there's a lot of parts on the kit. Obviously, these are all optional parts that are left over. But when you first look at the kit, you go, oh my goodness me. Especially for new people, it's a bit like, well, there's a lot of parts. But hopefully, this video will help you guys out. And the only other thing I would say is there was a few dirty mold lines here and there. Now, it's not a big issue. You just get on with them and, clean them whichever way you can. But that's it. That's not, and that's those 2 negative things are actually nothing really. So a few mold lines that are easy to get rid of, and there's a lot of bits on the sprue, which I'm thankful for. But these are some amazing parts left over now, so I could actually use these on normal marines, like assault intercessors or something like that, just for a sergeant model, just to give them a bit something different. Even if the sergeant model can't have a power sword, if I just give them the power sword and it makes them stand out a little bit more. And not from painting perspective, for that squad of guys that all look the same, sergeant will actually really stand out even more. But anyway, enough of that. Guys, hit the buttons for me. Thank you for watching. I'm going to bring down some pretty pictures. Until next time, take it easy.